The unemployment rate is a key indicator of an economy's health. It represents the percentage of the labour force that is actively seeking employment but unable to find it. A low unemployment rate typically signals a strong economy with ample job opportunities. Conversely, a high unemployment rate suggests a weaker economy, struggling to create enough jobs for its workforce. Calculating the unemployment rate involves a specific methodology. The labour force comprises individuals who are employed and those actively seeking work. Individuals who are not employed and not actively seeking employment, such as retirees or stay-at-home parents, are not counted in the labour force. The unemployment rate is then calculated by dividing the number of unemployed individuals by the total labour force. For example, if 10 million people are unemployed and the labour force is 100 million, the unemployment rate would be 10%. However, this seemingly straightforward measure has limitations. It doesn't capture discouraged workers who have given up their job search, or those working part-time but desiring full-time employment. These nuances highlight the importance of looking beyond the headline unemployment rate for a complete picture of the labour market. Unemployment does not impact everyone equally. Certain demographic groups consistently experience higher rates of unemployment than others. These disparities shed light on underlying social and economic inequalities that contribute to uneven labour market outcomes. For example, racial and ethnic minorities often face higher unemployment rates than their white counterparts. This disparity can be attributed to factors such as discrimination, limited access to education and training, and geographic concentration in areas with fewer job opportunities. Similarly, younger workers tend to have higher unemployment rates than older workers. This can be partly explained by their limited work experience and the challenges of entering the job market for the first time. Additionally, individuals with lower levels of education typically face higher unemployment rates than those with higher levels of education, reflecting the demand for skilled labour in today's economy. Understanding these demographic variations is crucial for policymakers to develop targeted interventions that address the specific challenges faced by different groups. By promoting equal opportunities and addressing systemic barriers, policymakers can strive to create a more inclusive and equitable labour market. Even in a healthy economy, some level of unemployment is inevitable. This baseline level is known as the natural rate of unemployment. It represents the unemployment rate that exists when the economy is operating at its potential output, with no cyclical unemployment. The natural rate of unemployment is not a fixed number. It can vary over time and across countries. Factors influencing the natural rate include demographics, labour market institutions, and technological advancements. For example, a country with a younger population might have a higher natural rate of unemployment due to a larger share of first-time job seekers. Understanding the natural rate of unemployment is essential for policymakers because it provides a benchmark for evaluating the economy's performance. If the actual unemployment rate is significantly higher than the natural rate, it suggests that cyclical unemployment is a problem. Conversely, if the actual rate is below the natural rate, it could indicate that the economy is overheating, potentially leading to inflation. Section 4. Friction and structure. The building blocks of natural unemployment. The natural rate of unemployment is composed of two main components: frictional unemployment and structural unemployment. Understanding these components provides further insights into the dynamics of the labour market. Frictional unemployment arises from the time it takes for workers to find suitable jobs and for employers to find suitable workers. This type of unemployment is considered unavoidable in a dynamic economy where people change jobs, industries evolve, and new technologies emerge. Factors such as information asymmetry, geographic mobility, and job search efficiency can influence the level of frictional unemployment. Structural unemployment, on the other hand, occurs when there is a mismatch between the skills workers possess and the skills employers demand. This mismatch can arise from technological advancements, globalization, or shifts in consumer preferences. Structural unemployment tends to be more persistent than frictional unemployment and may require workers to acquire new skills or relocate to find suitable employment. Both frictional and structural unemployment contribute to the natural rate of unemployment. While some level of both is unavoidable, policymakers can implement measures to reduce their impact. For example, improving job search assistance programs can help reduce frictional unemployment. Investing in education and training programs can help workers adapt to changing skill demands and mitigate structural unemployment. Section 5. The economic roller coaster, cyclical unemployment, and the business cycle. Unlike frictional and structural unemployment, which are considered natural components of a healthy economy, cyclical unemployment is a direct result of economic fluctuations. It arises during economic downturns when businesses face reduced demand for their products and services, leading to layoffs and reduced hiring. As the economy contracts, consumer spending declines, businesses experience lower profits, and investment slows down. This decline in economic activity forces businesses to adjust their workforce, often resulting in job losses. The resulting increase in unemployment further depresses consumer spending, creating a vicious cycle that can prolong the economic downturn. Conversely, during economic expansions, businesses experience increased demand, leading to higher production, increased hiring, and a decline in cyclical unemployment. The relationship between cyclical unemployment and the business cycle highlights the importance of sound macroeconomic policies to stabilize the economy and mitigate the severity of economic fluctuations. Governments can use fiscal and monetary policies to influence the level of aggregate demand and moderate the business cycle. Fiscal policy involves adjusting government spending and taxes, while monetary policy involves managing interest rates and the money supply. By implementing appropriate policies, policymakers can help to smooth out the economic roller coaster and minimize the impact of cyclical unemployment on workers and the economy as a whole. Section 6. Wages above the curve, minimum wage, unions, and efficiency wages. In a perfectly competitive labour market, wages would be determined by the forces of supply and demand. However, in reality, several factors can lead to wages being pushed above the equilibrium level. These factors include minimum wage laws, unions, and efficiency wages. Minimum wage laws set a legal floor on the price of labour, preventing employers from paying wages below a certain level. While intended to protect low-wage workers, minimum wage laws can lead to unemployment if the minimum wage is set above the market-clearing wage. In such cases, employers may reduce hiring or lay off existing workers as they are unwilling or unable to pay the higher wage. Unions, on the other hand, are organizations that represent workers in collective bargaining with employers. Through collective bargaining, unions can negotiate higher wages, improved benefits, and better working conditions for their members. While unions can raise wages for their members, they can also contribute to unemployment by pushing wages above the equilibrium level, making it more expensive for employers to hire workers. Efficiency wage theory suggests that employers may choose to pay wages above the equilibrium level to increase productivity, reduce turnover, attract higher quality workers, or improve worker morale. By paying higher wages, employers can motivate their workforce and reduce costs associated with hiring and training new employees. However, similar to minimum wage laws and unions, efficiency wages can potentially lead to unemployment if employers reduce hiring to offset the higher labour costs.